Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech along with my co-host Sundar and my trusty semi-ejector pin, and welcome to another episode of Ash Answers.
Ash Answers is a show where we answer the questions that you ask on Twitter using the hashtag AshAnswers.
So let's get to the questions.
If only two devices are left in the world, the Pixel and the iPhone, which one will you choose? Hashtag AshAnswers, hashtag Sundar doesn't discriminate.
Okay, so what did you choose?
Isn't it obvious?
What?
iPhone.
Okay.
You?
Pixel!
Pixel.
Yep,
Sure?
probably.
Okay.
No, I'd still want the Pixel. I could use the iPhone for my GeoSum, like secondary phone, yeah. I can't live with the iPhone as my primary.
You love using the iPhone in the shower.
I do. I
Can't
do.
do that with the Pixel.
I know, so I'd probably use it as a media device, but I can't use it as my primary phone. It'll drive me nuts.
Why companies like Xiaomi launch phones with different chipsets in different countries?
So for Xiaomi, it's basically necessity, right? They can't bring in
MediaTek in India.
into India, so that's why they have to come up with a different variant. And even when somebody like Samsung does it, it's more out of necessity rather than anything else.
Why can't Xiaomi use Snapdragon in China?
See, you look at the 625, look at the X20. X20 is easier to market on the Redmi Note 4. Okay, because the Redmi Note 4, when you look at it, the Redmi Note 4, the Redmi Note 3 with the 650 or the X10, the X20 is more powerful. It's an advanced chip. Whereas the 625 is not more powerful necessarily, but it's cooler, it's more battery efficient. And the Note 4 has always had good battery efficiency. Even the Redmi Note 3, the Redmi Note series rather, the Redmi Note 3 has great battery efficiency. So they didn't really need it, but at this point, from the 650 going to a 652, or they thought 625 would be easier to sell.
Which mobile should I buy? Mi 5 or OnePlus 3T? Camera and battery. Or wait for Mi 6 to launch. Sundar really doesn't discriminate. Mi 5 or OnePlus 3T?
No, you're not going to the question.
I'm answering.
Read the question properly.
Which mobile should I buy? Mi 5 or OnePlus 3T? Camera and battery are my priorities. Or wait for Mi 6 to launch. Read the question properly.
No, read the tweet properly.
Okay. Sundar, please don't discriminate.
Wait.
Sundar, please don't discriminate.
Okay. Now you can answer.
I used the Mi 5 for about a month, and I think, how about the OnePlus 3T's battery life?
It's good.
It's decent, right? I think the Mi 5's battery life would be better. What do you think? You reviewed it?
Not really. It's
Not really.
kinda, more or less.
Yeah.
And
when it
OnePlus
comes to
dash
camera, dash charge versus no dash. Quick charge with Mi 5,
Yeah,
but
but
still
the
not as
dash
fast
charge
as
is
the
faster.
dash charge, yeah. And when it comes to the camera, it's more or less similar, I guess. With video, the Mi 5 is better.
Mi 5 wins.
So at this point, but the price is a major factor here.
See, I would say go with the 3T. Okay, unless and until you like MIUI a lot, go with the 3T. Yes, you'd be, or rather the best thing to do is what form factor are you more comfortable with?
Yeah.
Pick that.
5 versus 5.1, 5 versus 5.5.
If you really want stock Android, then it's the OnePlus 3T, no-brainer. I don't think you'd be asking the question in the first place. So whatever size, whatever form factor works for you, go with that. And as far as waiting for the Mi 6 to launch, so this is not just for this guy, this is for anybody watching this video, anybody thinking, should I wait for this Xiaomi phone to launch? Repeat after me. Okay, say this, you can like pause it, and you can either say it after me or you can like pause the video and say it like a couple of hundred times. I will not wait for a Xiaomi phone. Say that again.
Ever.
I will not wait for a Xiaomi phone. Alright, it's just like, even when it comes out, it's gonna be on flash sale or maybe some kind of, we are on open sale, but we sold out in 30 minutes kind of thing. And for them to bring it to India always takes time. So even if they did bring the Mi 6 to India, It's yet to launch in China, so let's assume it launches in the next 2 months, and let's assume Xiaomi expedites it to India. Even then, it's 4 months away, and in 4 months' time, you're going to be looking at the OnePlus 4 or OnePlus 5 or whatever it is that they're going to call it. So if you want something now, get it. Never wait for a Xiaomi phone.
Which is a better buy? Cool One or Redmi Note 4 4GB variant, both at 13K, in all aspects including software updates.
See, I'd probably go with the Redmi Note 4 if updates are important. But as far as power is concerned, if you're taking concerned or you're taking power into consideration, Cool One, it
will be considerably faster.
Yes, and even with the camera, the Cool One would perform better. But given the status of the Eco and CoolPad, again, not really being very active these days, I'm not sure if or when you'd get updates on it. The better phone today would be the Cool One, but in the longer run, it's probably going to be the Redmi Note 4, because Xiaomi, even if they delay their regular updates, as in the Android versions, they still update MIUI iterations, and they do provide security patches from time to time.
Or the Honor 6X would be a good alternative. Good camera, good battery life, as good as on the Cool One. Do you really talk with someone when you talk about cellular reception in smartphones review videos? Just for curiosity.
Shh. Trade secret. Never gonna be revealed.
What made you to give a smartphone unboxing to Harris? It was good, by the way. When will our Sundar be doing one?
With Harris, it's basically that phone. We were supposed to unbox it a little while back, but things kept happening and it kept getting delayed. So then I was like, okay, it would be a good learning experience for him, and
something to get started with.
Yeah, and you mess up something in a Oppo A57 unboxing, people aren't really gonna get pissed about it, right? So like, okay, fine, this is, and he did a good job with it. And as far as Sundar goes, will Xiaomi launch Mi 5C in India? By the way, what is about your Mi 5C unboxing?
What about your Mi 5C unboxing?
There's an S over there.
That is.
I just read that extra. Yeah. Okay, so Xiaomi bringing Mi 5C to India, we've heard nothing about it as of now. And as far as my Mi 5C unboxing is concerned, next week. I don't know when, because I've got a couple of other videos I'm working on as well. But then I've already unboxed it. I've already got the script and the voiceover done. I still need to get B-rolls for it and finished off. What are your thoughts on the new Apple Red iPhone 7? Sundar is a software. Hashtag Ashances. Hey software, you gotta say something about it.
No.
No?
It's a red iPhone 7.
Okay. Do you think it looks good?
Looks okay. Would look better if it had a black front.
Okay. Okay, so for me, I love the fact that Apple's come out with the red iPhone. I really do. Because this kind of assures that we'd be seeing a red Huawei phone, a red Xiaomi phone, a red Lenovo phone next year. So that way, I like colorful phones. One of my favorite phones was the Lumia 920, the yellow variant. And
does the P10 come in red?
I'm not sure. P10 actually, there are quite a few colors. But not bright colors. I don't think they're bright. I don't know. Maybe the P10. Yeah, that's a good question. P10 was announced in what, 8 colors or something?
Yeah,
quite green, a few colors.
I remember green, blue, black.
But then this at least assures us that we're gonna see red variants. So, do you still recommend Lenovo products despite their good hardware with no support? That's a question I ask myself every day. See, again, there are a lot of people who buy phones without looking at the hardware. I mean, the software updates part of it. So it would be really awful if I wouldn't recommend it. But at the same time, I would definitely make sure I mention that, well, the software updates are really not happening. And I wouldn't trust them anymore. As in, if they say, for example, there's a phone they're announcing, say it'll be updated to Android. Oh, I'm going to say, hey guys, it's got Nougat on it. Lenovo state it will be updated. But then they've said that in the past and they've changed things. So you can't trust them. I'll make sure I say that. I think that's a fair way of doing it, keeping people updated at the same time, not ignoring it. Because if I didn't cover the product, then it would be like people don't know anyway. As in, people who are counting on me for it wouldn't know anyway, so I would still cover it. But I'll definitely make sure I add something about the software. So what do you guys think? Do you agree that's a right way of going about it? Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. I have a tech channel and is not at all growing. How did you start and how to be motivated? Share your experience.
What are you looking at me for?
Yeah, this is to me. Guys, see, like I said last week, it's always going to be there. You're going to have hurdles. You're going to have a lot of failures, a lot of disappointments, and you can't do anything good without going through all those failures, right? When you look at anybody successful, for every success, they'd have gone through like 10, 20, 50, 100 failures. So it's all a learning experience. Learn from your mistakes. Just end of the day, make videos you're proud of watching. If nobody watches it, at least you can watch it yourself and feel good about it. And that's all it is. When I started off, I was just shooting videos that I wanted to do. As in, I wanted to, tutorials I was searching for. And by the time I followed a tutorial and I managed to do it, and it took me a long time, then I was like, okay, let me make it easier for other people. And I used to shoot tutorial videos, and that's how I got started. So there's no easy way to success, easy way to keeping yourself motivated. It's just you gotta keep doing what you want to do, and if you really want it, you can have it. How can I import a laptop outside India? Please reply ASAP. Significant difference in price for college. Please reply.
It's gonna come down to the same price, including customs and probably even shipping.
It'll be higher. See, dude.
Okay.
Unless and until you have somebody coming in from another country and they can carry it, there's no point in importing stuff that's bigger than this size. We just imported a lens right now. Paid $15,000 customs. The lens cost 65,000 in India. I paid 46 for it. Paid customs. Ended up saving $3,000-4,000. But that's the best. And for me, it's a risk because I do a lot of this stuff. I'm okay if the lens gets damaged and then I spend 2 months fighting the seller. It's not gonna be a big deal breaker for me. That's a risk I'm willing to take. I would not suggest others to do that. I would suggest buy it locally or get somebody to carry it for you. Importing big items is a big chore. When are you making Dear Lenovo video for the Vibe X3 users, and do ask about Nougat and security updates too? So that's something I'm planning to do next week. I'm also thinking maybe I should do a Dear Sundar video before that. Okay, jokes apart, guys, that's a video I'm planning to do next week. Why haven't I done it yet? It's because there's so many videos that are in various stages of production. I just wanted to clear them off my table before I started something else. Is the Moto G5 Plus a worthy product for this price? What if stock Android is important, but without stock Android, still a good buy?
Yeah, I would say it's a worthy product because just for the camera, you can actually buy it just for the camera. It's excellent, right? The Moto G4 Plus had a really good camera, and this one's even better. He actually posted a small comparison video. So you did that in the review, right?
Yeah.
That's what I meant by small comparison video.
So yeah,
And
guys,
stock is important. Without stock, is it still a good buy? It depends if you really want it, and depends on what skin it actually.
No, see, his question is more from the point of, are you recommending it just because it has stock Android, or is it the weighted? So yeah, you already answered it with the camera part. So for me, my point of view would be a little different. If stock Android is not important for you, how important is the camera for you? Because the P2 has not quite as good a camera, but under bright light, if you're shooting, you'd be hard pressed to tell the images apart because the P2 is competent enough. Under low light, yes, the P2 is gonna not perform as well as the G5 Plus, but then again, it's also gonna give you much better battery life. Almost double the battery life. So that's a call you'd have to make. Do you think it's a marketing gimmick to launch new phone colors after months of launch to attract buyers? So guys, there's something called marketing gimmicks, and there are things called just marketing. So this is just marketing. A marketing gimmick is when they
Misleads.
not really
people
mislead.
into
They just push one useless feature for over the moon, like turbo speed technology,
S-Bike.
S-Bike mode, or what is that again? The heart rate sensor on the
Smart
Galaxy
glow.
S5, the smart glow and stuff like that. That's a marketing gimmick, wherein a feature that's not really useful, but they market
Portrayed as being useful.
as being like the unique selling point of the phone. This is just plain marketing, and I don't see any harm in it. It's not like they launched the red variant and they are like pricing at 50% over the regular phone. I mean, it's fine. As in, it's okay. I know who if you bought a phone you really like the red color, you're gonna be like, I wish this was available at launch, but it's okay. Best fluid UI and RAM management under 15,000 rupees phone.
Fluid UI Moto G5 Plus, but RAM management.
It's okay, dude.
G5 Plus.
It's okay. It's not bad for regular usage. It's not only in the intensive test it fails.
Yeah.
In the regular usage test it's fine. So
Regular usage G5 Plus should be good.
can we see jailbreak and rooting videos?
Not right now. Maybe in future.
You're gonna do it?
Yeah. I've got to do around 20 videos a month. What have I got? What?
See guys, this is what it is, right? Routing is not as important as it once used to be. These days a lot of things like, we used to root for theme support and whatnot, and a lot of that is getting preloaded into phones these days. And same way, when you used to root a phone, there weren't a lot of you still won't move it, right? When you root a phone, there wasn't a lot of negatives that were associated with it. Yeah, it probably rules out on warranty, but that was it. But these days, that also breaks support for Android Pay, which is very important in the West, and it's also coming to India slowly. So given that there's not a lot of development, there is development happening, but not as much as in the past few years. So the demographic that wants it is shrunken a lot, and me personally, when I used to do all the tutorials, it was when I had fewer phones, so spending more time with the phone. Like even after I'm done reviewing it, I'm still using the phone, and I'm like, I get to tinkering around with it. I used to have a daily driver, a primary smartphone of sorts, and now I don't. I just have a different phone every week. Whatever I'm testing, okay, fine. Start's done, photos done. Okay, everything is done. Move on to the next phone, write the script, shoot, edit, repeat. So yeah, that's that. We might
People
do it.
still want to install custom ROMs on their phones.
Yeah, that's for
I
older.
still see a lot of people.
Yes, that's
using
for
custom
older
ROMs.
phones. When once the phone, the brand is not supporting it, or something like the ZUK Z1.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, right? We don't have a ZUK Z1 anymore.
Yeah.
Right? We aren't holding on to phones that long. I've just bought the PS4 Slim. Will it work in India with respect to power supply? Older PS4 works on 110, 120, 240. Yes, so that's something good about Sony. They generally, I don't know about the PS4 Slim in particular. Both my PS4 and my PS4 Pro have been imported from the United States. Okay, actually, yeah, United States. The first one was actually Dubai. But yeah, Sony in general, they do. It'll still work, as in it works with 220 volts in India. Shouldn't be a problem. Microsoft is a different story, but with Sony it should work. But then again, just Google it once, just to be safe. I'm 99.9% sure. Which software do you use for thumbnails?
Paint.
Photoshop.
Photoshop.
That's nice. A job at Apple or Google? Please answer, both of you. And Sundar, I know your answer, buddy. What's your answer?
He knows my answer.
Yeah, but still he wants both of us to answer.
Google.
Okay, why? You don't have a why. You know everybody is expecting Apple, so you just want to say something different. So you say Google and then why?
I don't have a why for Apple either.
I have a why for my answer.
You have a why for... Okay. No, I've said this in the past. Google is definitely better when it comes to overall experience. I mean, Apple's just concentrating on phones and tablets, but I mean, not even tablets anymore, I guess. But Google is more versatile when it comes to... So, they launch a lot
That's why he can't do the GPF video this week.
No, not exactly. Okay, fine. He gave a reason.
That's why he starts coughing. Okay, if you guys haven't been following him on Twitter, you can do that. Okay, because I predicted it last week, and just like I said, a couple of days into the week, he was like, I'm sick.
I was already kind of sick last week, you get it? So anyway, when it comes to products in general, Google launches a lot of products and they maintain them. So overall, they are actually good at stuff, unlike Apple.
I'm not buying what you're saying. See guys, for me, I'd probably pick...
It's true, right?
Okay, if you say so.
They do a good job with regards to phones and iOS.
And Macs.
Okay.
Though I've never used one. People seem to love them. See, for me, I'd go with Apple. Cushy job. Probably be a designer at Apple. Okay, what do? Let's make it longer. No, just stretch the display out. This time, just add a camera, add water. Like simpler stuff to do. I'd probably be able to work shorter hours, maybe. I don't know. I'm just messing with you guys. I wouldn't mind either. If I were to choose, I wouldn't really mind it. Any big brand like Apple or Google, would work. Sundar forced me to pick this question, and so he wants to read it himself.
Use this for cards. Hashtag just a reminder. Hashtag Sundar.
Discriminates.
There is no S.
Discriminate.
Yeah, Sundar doesn't discriminate.
Discriminate.
Sundar doesn't discriminate.
Hashtag Ash answers now. What do you want to do? Use this for cards.
What to add in this Ash answers?
Oppo F3 Plus unboxing. Here you go. Card left. Move on. I stole it.
There are 4 left.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Using Galaxy S7, if I go for the OnePlus 3T, will it be a bad decision?
Here's a review of the OnePlus 3T. Yes, dude, yes,
No,
it will be a bad decision. It will be a bad decision.
It won't be a good decision either.
It will be a bad decision.
Okay, you have a Galaxy S7, why would you go for something that's...
It will be a bad decision because, see, you're upgrading from an 821 to an 820, as in rather an 820 to 821. Yes, it's the Exynos. I know it's the Exynos, but I'm just saying roughly... One second.
Roughly.
Yeah, I'm just saying roughly similar processors. If you're upgrading from an S7 to a OnePlus 3T, it's not a great decision because you could probably just wait and go for the S8 or just wait. I very rarely do I recommend
people to wait.
No, do I recommend one cycle updates, as in going from a OnePlus 3 to a OnePlus 4 or a S6 to a S7. Generally, I feel every phone you can probably live with it for a couple of years.
Can you start a tutorial series for video editing, sound mixing, etc.?
Please, Sundar, please do not discriminate. See guys, as far as editing goes, I am pretty much a beginner. There are a few things I know, there's a lot I don't know, so I would always prefer you guys look up people who actually know their stuff. So yeah, that's why I wouldn't do video editing stuff, because there's a lot I don't know. I keep learning all the time.
Why can't brands compromise on a couple of millimeter thickness for better battery capacities? Why the war of slim phones?
Easier to market.
Yeah, but it's actually, that war is over, right?
Not exactly. It is much better than it was the last year.
Yeah, the S7 is much thicker than the S6. The iPhone 6s is thicker than the 6.
7 is what now? iPhone 7 is what?
7 and 6s and the 7 are the same.
Are the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it is better than the previous year. But But still, they could spend a few min. They can make it a little thicker, but they don't. They choose not to because
U Ultra is a huge exception. Poor use of space.
so yeah. And that's the only thing that comes to the mind when you mention that phone right now. Thank you, MKBHT.
What do you think about Samsung A series 2017, Samsung A5 and A7 2017?
So this question I picked to use it as a teaser. Tomorrow, 3 p.m., Monday, A7 2017 review goes live. And once it goes live, there'll be a card added over here. Then use 3 cards.
Okay. You still use pirated copies of movies, OS games, or purchasing on Steam, iTunes, Netflix? If yes, what are limits you...
Okay, I don't get that part. But see, as far as piracy is concerned, I have a complicated stance on it. I don't really support piracy, but I'm not saying I've bought everything that I've used. But these days, I tend to buy most of my stuff. But it depends on if they can make it easy for me to buy it.
The availability.
Availability, exactly. So I'm not gonna wait for a week to watch a show that I can watch today. I'm not gonna. As in, I'm willing to pay for it. I pay for Amazon Prime. I pay for Netflix. But if it's not there, I'll go Exodus. As far as games go, I buy almost all my games, except for a couple of old ones that are like very difficult to buy. I probably buy everything.
What's more interesting in the production of a video, shooting and voiceovers or editing?
Yeah, you ask me every day, I'll have a different answer. There are days where I really don't want to do a voiceover. There are days where I just don't want to get up, go and shoot B-rolls. There are days where I just hate editing, absolutely hate editing. Okay, and there are days where most of the time it goes like this. I wake up and today I need to shoot B-rolls. Today I'm like, I wish I had something to edit. And the next day I've got to edit. I'm like, I wish I can shoot B-rolls today. So I don't know. The grass is always greener on the other side, as they say. It's all equally fun though, jokes apart. It's all equally fun as long as, you can enjoy it. You will have days like I do, some days where you don't want to do it, but most of the time, it's fun.
It varies from video to video for me. For example, for a speed test video...
Nothing. For the budget VR video?
I'll talk about it after I finish the video, which is probably next week or soon enough. So anyway, coming back to the question, for a speed test, editing is all the same. So for me, it varies from video to video. For example, for a speed test, there's not much I could do in shooting because it's all the same. I have to do the same thing over and over again, no matter what the phone is. So if I have to do something different, it's got to be in the editing part. So I have to get the lighting right. I have to get I have to do color correction properly. So he almost changes it every time I submit the video to him. So I try to make it better. When it comes to unboxing, again, this time it's the script and the editing, which is going to be the same thing. So shooting is where I can do something different. So yeah, varies from...
What's more interesting?
More interesting, that's what differs from video to video, right?
Okay.
So editing for a speed test and shooting for a unboxing.
Okay. Which fanboys are the most aggressive and which most cooperative out of Sony, Xiaomi, Apple, HTC, Samsung, you?
If any.
Yeah.
You.
This is... I've said it multiple times, right?
Sony.
Most aggressive Sony.
Least HTC.
HTC doesn't have fanboys.
Okay.
And if you don't take Shimon into account.
Xiaomi and Samsung.
Xiaomi is probably... Not even Xiaomi. Xiaomi people get pissed if the G5 Plus. As in if a phone ever beats Xiaomi in anything, it's like, oh my god, that's priced so high. Okay, and if it's not priced high and it's in the same segment, then it's like the other people get pissed. Oh my god, it's a lower spec phone. Why are you comparing it? So Xiaomi is always like, it's weird to do it, but They're an unreasonable, Xiaomi fans are pretty reasonable in general.
Like Apple.
Apple has actually been very reasonable. When I do any Apple video and whatever negatives I talk about the iPhone, people are like, yeah, okay.
I don't want Bluetooth file transfer.
I don't get unreasonable people. As in, at least here on C4E Tech, I haven't seen a lot of Apple fanboys around. I mean, barring the fact that one works for the channel, I haven't seen many in the comments.
Okay. #courage. I saw what you did there.
Okay, read it. Now you'll see what I did here.
Is Sundar feeling better? If yes, then budget VR video, please. If not, then Pebble Time Steel revisited at least.
Are you feeling better?
Nope.
Nope. So no budget VR. So if no Pebble Time Steel revisited, are you gonna be able to do it?
I'm not feeling better, and if you wanna ask me to do a video anyway, why can't it be the budget VR video?
Exactly. So there's not gonna be any Pebble Time Steel stuff. But instead of that, you could watch my coverage of the Amazfit, the unboxing. Here you go. Another card number 4. Boom.
Your thoughts on the Oppo F3 Plus and why these brands spend so much on advertising and stuff? Can they provide a good price?
Yeah, so my thoughts on the F3 Plus are there in my unboxing video and my review video, which should be coming out soon. As far as brands, see guys, I know a lot of people get pissed when brands spend a lot on marketing. But then again, why are they doing it? Because they're getting returns on it.
Yeah.
Why are they getting returns on it? Because people around us are buying those phones. Why are those people buying those phones? Because they're falling for the advertising.
Yeah.
So what can you do about it? Yelling at the brand is not going to make a damn difference. Go ahead. You see somebody buying the phone, tell them. Last week my U broadband connection wasn't doing well, and I had called in a service guy. He was using a Vivo phone, and I was like, okay, what did the brand? Just casually talking to the guy. I was like, what he said, did U broadband give you the phone? I was like, no, I bought it. Okay, what did you buy? I was like, okay, you could probably get something else better. He's just having a normal conversation. I'm not saying he listened to me and next time he's gonna run out and buy a Xiaomi or a Moto G5 Plus. But at least, you just keep telling people and maybe people get aware of it. At the same time, you can't really blame a brand for marketing it, because if you had a product you wanted to sell, you'd want to get the most out of it, right? Again, while Xiaomi's pricing might be cheap, might be good, you look at it, even Xiaomi haven't been able to grow as fast as they'd want to be. They started out with we are taking over the world. We're starting with India and we're going to cover the world. And then they started with India and then they stopped. It's not very easy to play just the specs game. That's why when you see most of the brands who tried it are either backing off or slowly hiking their prices. It's just, because a friend of mine put it very well. When there's a phone that's priced very competitively and people buy it, they aren't your brand fans, they're actually value for money fans. Okay, a value for money fan would become another fan of another brand if it prices better the next time around, but they want brand loyalty, and it makes sense, right? So again, this is going to be a little long, and that's why I saved this question for the end. If it's boring, you can always just quit because it's the last question. There you go, spoiler alert. Okay, so this is how it goes. Say there are two phones. Brand A can just sell it, at say 10,000 rupees. Brand B sells it for 12,000 rupees. Now, who do you think is going to be able to invest more in R&D the next time around? Forget the marketing part of it. Brand B will probably be able to invest more in R&D. So again, I would personally prefer the phone from brand 1 because that's good for me as an end consumer. What I'm trying to say here is all brands advertising, all brands pricing a phone a little higher, they're not villains, they're not really stupid, they know what they're doing, they're not, evil as a lot of people make them out to be. Now coming back to the Oppo F3 Plus, the previous Oppo phones I wasn't a huge fan of because they did their selfie camera parts well, but 720p displays, I mean, seriously, and mediocre at best.
Chipsets.
Mediocre at best, MediaTek chipsets. MediaTek chipsets. But this time around, the 653, I could spec for spec just for price, this is better than the C9 Pro.
Okay.
Okay.
653 and
650.
IMX 398 sensor.
398 and the dual
camera. Cameras to the front.
So it is, so that way, it's not a bad phone. It could have been, it rather should have been priced more competitively. But I don't mind brands pricing their phones higher as long as they're not screwing with people by doing ridiculous things like cutting out an auto brightness sensor or disabling haptic feedback. Or going extremely weird with a Snapdragon 650 at $50,000. Now that gets tiring, but like, okay. Again, I wouldn't personally be open to spending 30,000 on this unless and until I really wanted that selfie camera. So yeah, that's it. Long answer to a short question. Anyway, those are all the questions that I picked for this week's episode of Ash Answers. If you hated the questions that I picked, go ahead, give this video a big, huge thumbs down. And of course, go ahead, head on over to the comments below and let me know why you hated it, how you hate my accent, how you hate the fact that he's just being a pretty face sitting just here and not really saying much, how you hate the fact that he's delaying his VR videos, and how you just don't like our faces in general. You can do all that and please comment. It adds to the engagement, it helps us make more money, and I like making money. But if you actually like the video, and if you're one of those patient, poor souls waiting for the budget VR video just like me, then go ahead, give this video a big thumbs up. And leave a comment saying why you think I should make the Dear Sundar video.
No Dear Sundar video, please. Instead, give this video a thumbs up. 4,000 likes and I'll make it next week.
We've never crossed 2,500 likes. There's no chance in hell we are crossing 4,000 likes. Okay, we haven't even crossed 2,500 likes.
That's the point.
Okay, if we cross 1,000 likes, you'll do
Not
the video.
1,000.
800.
3,000.
200.
Realistic, 3,000.
250.
250, I won't make it.
260. Make it. What if I keep poking you till you make it?
I'll be injured.
He finished the damn script. He finished testing it. He's just lazy to shoot the B-rolls.
Not lazy. I've not been to office for a while.
Because he's sick. Of course. So anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you want. Leave a comment. Comments are important. Please comment. Let me know what you think. Love it, hate it. Jokes apart, I would love to know what you guys are thinking. That helps us improve. That's the reason we've got background audio. That's the reason we have timestamps right now.
We've changed a lot of things in the past few episodes.
Yes, we have. We're sitting in different positions. And that's because Sundar keeps angling the mic towards himself and then he swapped seats. That's a totally different thing. But anyway, that's it. Hope you guys liked the video. And thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, this is
Sundar and Ash from C4E Tech leaving for the moment.
Have a nice day.
Bye-bye now. Will Xiaomi launch the Mi 5C in India? By the way, what is it about your Mi 5C unboxing? Wait, I read the question wrong.
Will Xiaomi launch Mi 5C in India? Hang on. Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech along with my co-host. You want to say your name?
Sundar.
Who is coming to you today with a very important update on his budget VR video. Yeah, so basically he was sick last week as predicted. So it's gonna come out next week?
If I'm fine by next week.
So anyway, welcome to another episode of Ash Answers.
Ash Answers is a show where we answer the questions that you ask on Twitter using
and
the
make excuses for not.
Yeah. Let's get started. If only two devices...
Yes, we've got to do it. once properly.
Okay, so this goes into the bloopers.
It goes into the bloopers, yeah.
We've got bloopers for you this
We've
time.
got bloopers. Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech along with my co-host Sundar who refuses to move his arm. And send me check it tool please. Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech along with my co-host for today, Sundar. And welcome to another episode of Ash Answers.
Ash Answers is a show where we answer the questions that you ask on Twitter using the hashtag Ash Answers.
So without further ado,
Let's start poking Sundar, right?